Good afternoon. Well, now officially noon, everyone. How y'all doing? Thanks for stopping by and tuning in, as always. So, I had just made it here to Flight Jest here at RDU Airport in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. It is now officially 12 noon, well, 2-3 minutes after noon. But I have officially to go take my FAA private pilot PAR, PPL license / written exam for 12:30. The earliest you could check in is no later than 15 minutes. So, and having the proper requirements, which is for me a written approval from my flight instructor back out of Dallas at the community college I went to, since I didn't go to an official flight training ground school. So, and along with, of course, my driver's license stuff. It's almost like a version, like when you go take your DMV test or CDL test, requires you need as far as, to bring, apply for, sign up for, and things of that nature. So I will update you all on whether if I passed or if I failed. I should pass with no problem because, like I said, I've been studying, and you need 70% or higher to pass, and it's a total of 60 questions. Well, it says 40 as they put in effect this last month, June, but I'll wait and see when I go in there and ask. I can't foresee do any filming as far as requirements that I can bring. I just mentioned, but as far as tools and stuff, like I think calculator, ruler and stuff, navigational plotter, and the E6B computer is what it's called for the mathematical stuff. But everything else I do have jam-packed, and should have all jam-packed together. So I got my mask, because obviously mask is required because this is by the FAA, we're at the airport. So, and as a traveler, you still got to wear a mask. But yeah, it's already 2 minutes in. So yeah, let me get off of here. And like I said, I'll update you all afterwards. Back, y'all, with a test update. So it was a total of 60 questions. I went back over them to recheck because some questions I wasn't quite sure of, so I left those blank and came back to correspond to answer to which the answer was the best of my ability, or the closest answer to it that made sense. And these are my results. Failed 58% on the first take one. But the good news is I can retake it at any given time. I would just have to have my former instructor, to sign me off again to retake it, and I would have to repay the $175 to take it, because that's what I paid for this first take. And I missed quite several questions according to this document, and where it says a single code may present more than one incorrect answer, and where I can go look them up is at the website, which is the same website where I did the practical test, where I got 92% on it. But the questions vary. They're picked at random in the FAA database. So me getting a 92% on the practical test to a 58% on the actual written test, private pilot airplane, PAR or PPL, private pilot license for short, both of them. And it's good up until the 31st. So the end of the month of July, 2 years from now, 2023, not next year, the year after. So that's the expiration date I have. I'm saying initially, not just only to retake. I'm retaking it immediately, but I'm saying once I do pass, or if I were to pass it just now on the first try, on the first intake, go and then get the flight lessons. Well, they just say the oral exam to the check ride. But I mean, it's basically flight lessons with an instructor to then go into the flight oral portion of it, and then to the what they call the check ride, private pilot check ride, which is the actual flight test. And I think that's either both in the simulator and in the airplane. But usually in the airplane, you know, all of your ground training and stuff usually it takes place, you know, in the room, in the simulator room, you know, in the simulator. So the training, I'm saying flight training of flight lessons, again, your hours logged in for flight time. And that also, I think, accounts with the check ride, the actual flight test. Then get the certified, you know, passing all that in the oral exam to get your certified private pilot license certificate. Because I'm currently in a phase as a student pilot, or were to be if I would have passed the written test. I mean, I'm a student pilot regardless. I'm saying, you know, in my belief, you know. So, but that any flight instructor, certified flight instructor, included him here, could sign me off or go over things. Like they say, if I were to want to go over things with him of things I'm not sure of, like basically a refresher from ground school, it costs $58 here an hour that they charge over here Flight Jets, unfortunately. But I'm not going down that route because, like I said, I already have to pay $175 once again to retake just the written portion, well, computer test. It was me and two other guys, a Caucasian guy and a brother, all taking theirs. And it said in there on the signs posted outside the FBO office. So I'm over here still. I'm in the parking lot. You see the tower in the background? It said that you know, masks are required. Well, not nobody in there was wearing a mask. I'm talking about even the employees, instructors themselves up there. They're on the second floor. And I think as far as TAC air downstairs, TAC air, that's FBO for as far as general aviation operations. So, but the two other testers or applicants had masks on when I wore mine. So I just kindly asked, do we have to wear it? They were like, no. So I kindly took mine off because I brought a spare. I'm like, well, you know, it's still having to, you know, while as far as traveling on a passenger plane, you know, and while as far as, you know, yeah, as a pilot and stuff, but, you know, working for, you know, these companies. But nonetheless, they have everything that, you know, they provide tools, supplies, because I told them I only had, you know, what I brought, which was required. Like I said, my driver's license and my written sign-off approval statement from my instructor. Excuse me. So, man, apologize about that, y'all. So, in order to take the test, like I said, get started, they do give you 5 practical questions as a test teaser before you know, start the test. Like prime example, question 1 was example, what's the, you know, capital, you know, in the United States, on so Washington D.C., the nation's capital, and so on and so forth, and then go on to the actual exam. Again, it's a total of 60 questions within 2.5 hours is your completion time. It is now 1 something Eastern Daylight Time. So I finished up within an hour. So what else I wanted to add? That, yeah, like I said, they provide the testing supplies and materials, navigational plotter, E6B, flight computer. They have, I guess, as far as CSV calculator, they just gave me a standard calculator, but it just acts, I guess, the same as a CH3 flight computer. And along with the a testing supplement, which I already had, but I didn't bring with me, nor the test prep. I left those books at home at the house, Smithfield. And I told them, I said, I had prior experience coming here before just 10 years ago with a flight instructor buddy, brother, that I had told y'all about briefly and lost contact with. But obviously these staff members weren't working here at the time, but I'm just saying that was the only time I ever came here with him on that. As far as the parking here, because I thought it wasn't going to be no parking. We got lucky, though, that time we came, because that was February of, I think, 2011 or January or something like that, where it was open parking. But you will have to pay to park here. Well, the first hour is free. So just like regular, any type of public parking, that kind of thing is, free for the first hour or 2 hours, like truck parking in a sense or whatever. And then after that hour and stuff, then it's what, $6. Then beyond it, up to $12 or more, it's what, $12. So I already collected my parking ticket, now the league come out. So that's all I wanted to say on that. Like I said again, they provide everything. I will be back to retest with them and continue on. Like I said, they do have channels. Their main channel and their other channel, Flight Jets Academy. The main channel is Flight Jets. And I can tag their name in here or in the title or wherever, but just letting y'all know I did fail this exam. But like I said, it's not the end of the day. It's not the end of the world. It's just like the DMV and trucking school companies or CDL offices, to go to retake. It was the same way with me back then when I took my CDL test. But I think I passed that on the first attempt, if I'm not mistaken, as far as DMV getting a regular Class C car driver's license. Yes, I think I failed that on the first attempt and then passed it on the second. I explained briefly as far as when I started trucking. Well, first trucking school I went to was CR England, passing just the permit test. But I'm going to say I'm just sticking to the facts of, with the aviation exam and stuff, just to give you all a little insight. But I will close it on this. From the late great John Witherspoon, it said in the movie Friday, the first one, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. And that's it. So there you have it. So I will update you all the next time I take it. Maybe next week or week after. We'll just wait and see. But meanwhile, like I said, I'm gonna get out of here because I have to go, unfortunately, because this is as my second off day. But because I woke up 9-10 o'clock this morning, left the house at 11. It takes about 37-40 minutes to come out here from Smithfield. So there was no traffic, thank goodness, no construction because I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, so I wouldn't be delayed. Because like I said, you're supposed to be here 15 minutes early for checking in. So, but if you're late, then you have to not only reschedule, but you have to, you won't get refunded your money back, your $175 back, or whatever, as far as the cancellation fee or whatever. I mean, all the proof is in the pudding. I'm just saying, I know I have to pay another $175 to retake. So, and of course, other things, they say, yeah, if you're caught cheating, the testing room is just 3 computers in there. 3 computers. They offer earplugs, which I didn't need, but they were saying in case, because of aircraft engine noise, because of the FBO downstairs and tarmac outside, which is kind of a interesting day. They got military aircraft that's out there, if they still are, with some private jets and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not as far as going to do a aviation spotting or nothing like that today. I would if I could, but next time go around, because they do have an observatory park here. I've been there before in the past and so and so. But yeah, if you're caught cheating, that that they will not only exclude you from the test, but report you or your such behavior to none other than the FAA. Of course, if y'all didn't know what FAA stands for, that is Federal Aviation Administration. So here's a better shot of the tower right there. So yeah, I think that's it. You could take, as far as allow to break to go or use the restroom only with their permission requested. As far as when it says the test is completed, they go to them to see what your score rate is. It don't tell you that on the computer, unfortunately. Only it did for the practical test that I took back then. So yeah, you go back in the room where you met them up with, and they print it out for you saying, yeah, what your score is. Because I was going to kindly ask them, politely ask them, what did I pass? And I'm like, let me just wait and see what happens. Because I was just praying, like, I hope I pass. So now, as far as, like I said, other valuable items like your phone, I had this instance, my phone that I'm recording you all with on, they do confiscate that. Like if you're going to take a physical and a drug test, they confiscate all that stuff and put it in a bin, in a box, in a drawer, there in their office. Keys and everything. I mean, your car keys, the house key attached to it, whatever. You know, your phone has to be powered off. I'm saying, you know, all that they confiscate until your test is completed, whether you passed or failed. I think that's it. They got a little conference room, everything you need, you know, from a particular testing center, school. I'm saying to my knowledge, you know, to my ability, because they ask you at the end of the actual test, they do a survey saying, how were you pleased with the atmosphere, the testing center? Did they greet you professionally, that kind of stuff? And I put everything that I was very satisfied about. I think it's a total of 5 questions, 5 survey questions. So yeah, like I said, they're up to date, standard, you know, everything that you need for it to become a competent, safe, sufficient, and professional pilot. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm just rambling off with 15 minutes. So, but now I was saying I was about to get out of here though, because my stepfather, I got to ride with him, long story short, all the way down. I keep saying long story short. I'm just riding all of him down to go pick up his truck. And I think it's Yemassee. It's Yemassee, South Carolina. I keep can say yes to me. Yemassee, South Carolina, at the Loves off I-95. I think just south of I-26. So I don't want to waste no time, because we got to go down there so he can get his truck, come back to get it refixed or to continue fixing or whatever. But I had no knowledge his truck was down this past week or whatever. And then having to go to Florida. But blah, 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 yada, yada. That's it. So I hope that, that's covered everything. So I already made a post. Well, I haven't put it up yet, but I put it to my IG. But but all the information as far as dialogue and documentation and stuff has all been recorded here. So from my channel to your channel, salute. And real fast, this is the Google Maps area of Butner, right up there at the top. This was supposed to be featured in the last video, but for some unknown reason, it did not load or go through. But just wanted to show you the geographical coordinates of the town. Gulfstream Entertainment, Michael Carter Studios and Productions. Oh yeah, if you like that vlog, check out these vlogs.